All right, it's podcast time here at Taking Vegas. I am Chris Hodge. It is Friday, January 26th. Big NFL action going for the weekend. Try to make this extremely entertaining for just a person sitting on screen talking. But besides that, let me tell you this. The hatred that I got from a city last week for winning, is second to none. I've been in this handicapping industry since 2004. I've done radio shows since 2006. And again, my name is Chris Hodge. Good to be with everyone on Friday. Usually the hate is reserved from the people from Philadelphia. Maybe some people in San Francisco have said rather nice things even after you win. God forbid you ever go against the Eagles in anything or the Flyers. Like, the people in Philadelphia don't realize the Flyers suck, right? They don't realize that. So, you can't say anything bad about them, the Eagles, like whatever. So you usually get a lot of hate from them. But usually the hate was never reserved from anyone from Buffalo. So let me set it up for you and explain what happened last week. So we have a text line, and we give out free picks on it. So if you text the word win to the number 545454, you will receive free picks maybe once or twice a week, mainly on the weekends, Saturday or Sunday. So the last 5 weeks of free picks have all won. All right. And we had Pittsburgh over Seattle. Right around the close of the NFL regular season. We had Arizona over Seattle the last week of the regular season. We had Kansas City over Miami in the wild card round. We had Buffalo over Pittsburgh in the wild card round. Buffalo over Pittsburgh, okay? And then last week, we used Kansas City over Buffalo. Now, I've been on radio since 2006 doing the Sports Investors Daily Radio Show. One of our main markets that we have so much success with, and generally really good people, is Buffalo, WGR, Buffalo. I do an ad last week, and we give out the free pick, and the free pick is Kansas City. Holy good heaven. The amount of vitriol and hate and death threats that came in because we said we believed Kansas City was going to beat Buffalo from the people in Buffalo. Now, you see, I want to explain something. First of all, for all the idiots out there, right? The sports books want you to do what the people in Buffalo did last week. They want you to bet with your emotion and your heart. They don't want you to use your brains, because if you use your brains, hell, you just might win, right? But if you use emotion and heart, that tends to screw things up. So the people in Buffalo last week used their emotion and their heart. We had a guy call us up, and he wanted to make a $500,000 wager on Buffalo. Now, we don't take action. We just give, what we feel is going to win, and you guys go do whatever you want with it. But this guy called us up and said, I have inside information on Buffalo. The guy's name was Jim from Buffalo. Okay. And we're sitting there, literally, I almost fell over laughing. I almost fell over. That's how amusing that was to me. So that idiot had inside information on Buffalo. What inside information is there in the divisional round of the NFL playoffs? That, by the way, 50 million people are watching. 50 million people. Okay. So we had that. Now, before the game starts, the messages that just came in were just whatever. And the funny thing about death threats, right? The funny thing about that, because I laugh at those, the people who give them to you, they will never say that to you if they're standing next to you, right? They just hide behind this little computer screen here that's on the left of me. If you're watching the damn video, you're just hearing the audio. They just hide behind that. Oh, I'm going to come kill you. I'm going to kill your family. I'm going to kill your dogs. When they start mentioning the dogs, you get a little upset because the dogs are just the dogs. But these are people that if they were actually standing next to you, this crazy thing happens, they tend to shut their mouths, right? But we know that. Now, after the game, we don't retarget these people. We don't send another text message. They got the free pick. They won. Great. After the game, all of a sudden, ding, 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 ding. The text messages coming in because we won with Kansas City, right? We're insane. I couldn't even believe what I was reading. First of all, I wanted to make a book out of it because I think it would be so entertaining to read some of these responses. Somehow I got blamed for Tyler Bass missing a field goal. And I went on radio and said, hey, look, you people from Buffalo, it's not my fault that Scott Norwood missed a kick in the Super Bowl. It's not my fault you're on the wrong side of the Music City Miracle. It's not my fault that you couldn't hold the lead in the playoffs with 13 seconds to go when every other team in the history of the world closes that game out. You guys effed that up. It's not my fault that Tom Brady tortured your souls for 20 years, and now you got to deal with Pat Mahomes torturing your soul. And it's not my fault that a guy by the last name of Bass pushed one wide right. None of that is my fault. I had nothing to do with any of this. Okay? It is not my fault that you are a cursed franchise. It is not my fault. Okay? You take out, you might even be more cursed than the Jets. You know why? Because the Jets won a Super Bowl at least. Now, he might have sold his soul to the devil to do it. That would be Joel Namath. But who cares? Because right now, there's not a Buffalo fan in the world that wouldn't sell their godforsaken soul to win one Super Bowl. All of you would do it. Right? So I don't even care. But don't blame me because I went with Kansas City and won money for you. So look at it. You should be thanking me. I lessened the blow. Okay, I lessened the blow. You guys lost with your team in Buffalo, but hey, you won money. Somehow that was no good. And I've gotten some miserable texts over the last 20 years from people. But I tell you, man, that was, and by the way, when you win hundreds of thousands for people, this crazy thing happens. They forget how to use their fingers. Like, they forget how to do this. Like, when you win, they don't know how to text. They forget how to do it, right? It's this phenomenon that I can't even believe. God forbid you lose a game. All of a sudden, everyone knows how to send texts and emails. I've never explained that. But it's the weirdest thing. Very, very, very weird thing how that happens. But anyway, so I win the game. I don't literally get, and I'm on in KCSP2 in Kansas City. Like I said, no thank yous for winning on Kansas City. Just hate from Buffalo for winning. Oh, you shouldn't have won this, that, or the other. Spoken like true losers, right? Whenever you say you shouldn't have won, that's a loser right there. And then, what else do you have here? Oh, you had CBS catching grown men, not even women. The women I could understand because they were emotional. Grown men crying because your team lost? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Grown men crying. I don't get it. And somehow this is all my fault? Somehow I took down the whole city of Buffalo because I went with Kansas City? It don't make any sense. And again, if you guys out there from Buffalo are listening, you guys can't even deny this. My company, myself, I have won for you all season long. Looking dead in the camera. Everyone that's called for free picks has won. Literally, we couldn't have won more this year for you guys from Buffalo. That's how much we won for you. Each and every Saturday, every weekend, that is how much we won for you. And we go against your Buffalo Bills who have never won a goddamn thing in their life, and you guys get mad at me? It don't make any sense. Not my fault that Aaron Rodgers broke his fucking body on the fourth play of the season and you lost that game. How is that my fault? So again, and like I said, the thing about the death threats is funny to me because, chances are, I don't know if you could tell, I'm a little husky. I'm kind of tall. Someone standing next to me, I'm not so sure they're giving a death threat. They might murmur it as they walk away where I can't hear them. They might mutter it. I'm going to kill it, motherfucker. I can't stand it. They might do that while I can't hear it. Chances are they're not saying it to me. Yeah, just my... And by the way, I've been up in the city of Buffalo a lot. I like it there. They're generally nice people. They're not like the fucking lunatics from Philadelphia. They're genuinely nice people. But they weren't nice last week, And by the way, I have my radio rep. Great guy. Known him for years. Nicest dude in the world. Again, whenever I say this stuff, I have the text to prove it, right? I said to him, hey, man, you should get me on in Buffalo. And he actually literally responded, that would be an all-time hate fest. Let's keep you off there. Hate fest for winning. I won for you. Can you imagine if I lost? Holy shit. What the hell would have gone on then? So now I had to go do a whole we're on 9:37 right now in a minute. I had to do a whole podcast on the poor old Chris Hodge hatred that came out of Buffalo and had to waste my time when it's conference championship weekend. So let's talk about that real fast. Kansas City and Baltimore. Now, I'm on in both of those markets. I'm on in Kansas City. I'm on in Baltimore. I'm giving out a free pick on one of those games. So obviously one city's going to love me and one city's going to hate me, regardless of the result, all right? Because it just is what it is. I think that's going to be a good football game. And if you text the word win to the number 545454, we have a free pick on the AFC title game. Great. Detroit and San Francisco, I'd be weary of. Leery, whatever the correct language is there. I think Detroit can hang with them. I also believe San Francisco can blow them out. Now, you guys are watching this. What the hell help does that do? Agreed. You can't get every game right. And so I'm staying away from the damn game. I think the AFC title game is easier than the NFC title game. In fact, it wouldn't shock me. That line is right around 7.5 right now. It wouldn't shock me if that was 31-24 or 27-20 San Francisco. It wouldn't shock me at all. So I would stay away from that game. I think that's going to be a tough game. But let's root for this. And I've said this on podcasts before. Let's root for great games, right? That's what we want to watch. I don't want to be done watching the damn game midway through the second quarter. I want a nice game that I could sit down on basically the last Sunday because the Super Bowl is a damn show, and I never bet that game big anyway. So this is like the last weekend we're going to have really massive action on the NFL. Well, college basketball is in full bloom right now. Really excited about what's going on there. We got 2 full months here, all of February, obviously March Madness, which to me is the greatest time of the year in terms of gambling. It's great. It's every day. And you can find really good value because you're getting teams that are playing that aren't in the same conferences. And you could really take advantage of the lines there. But we'll talk about that further down the road when we get to March. For right now, again, if you want the free pick for the weekend, the free picks, the last 5 games of one on the text line, great. Text the word win to the number 545454. Whether I win or lose, let's try to keep the death threats to a minimum. That would be, thankful if you guys could do that. I understand some of you got control issues and rage issues and all this other nonsense that you don't have when people are standing in front of you. But besides that, let's try to keep that out of the way. And let's try to make some money because that's all I'm here to do. This is entertainment. We try to entertain and we try to win you money. What the hell is wrong with that? So that's going to wrap up the vent session from about the city of Buffalo, who, by the way, I like. You guys are nice people. You just took it a little too far last week. That's all fine, well and good. I hope you guys enjoy the weekend. Text the word win to the number 545454. Free pick will be sent back to you. We'll do a podcast next week. Have a great day, everyone. Enjoy the weekend. Chris Hodge signing off.